In today's video, we're going to be talking about the DJI Air 3. We all know the Air 3 is not even released yet, but once the leaks start coming out, you know what's coming. We're going to talk about that in contrast to the Mini 3 Pro. We got a lot to talk about, and we got some flying to do. So without further ado, let's get started. Look at it, it's handheld. This controller is so light, but is the camera still worth it? Can I get good shots? We're up in the air. I must say this screen is not as bright as I was hoping for. Let's turn up the brightness to full. There we go, we're on full brightness. Swipe it back up. The first thing I want to do right now, to be honest with you, is pull that city. So right off the bat, I'm missing my zoom. And there's no way I could fly over there, not with this controller. And even if with the other controller, suppose the wind picks up or something, right? This is New York, the weather gets all kind of crazy. And that's far, that's like 2 or 3 miles to get a close-up of that. Whereas if I was in the Mavic 3 Pro, I just go into 3X right now, or the 7X right now, and I get a beautiful backdrop of the city. I mean, yeah, granted, I could ride and go over to the city, but I mean, if I could get it from right here, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to make it a big deal. I'm not going to make it a big deal. And this is why the Air 3S is going to be, or the Air 3 is going to be so important to me, guys. Yeah, the biggest bummers is not going to be 249 grams. But, oh man, but this makes a nice photo right here. I'm telling you, once you've flown with those dual or triple cameras, it's difficult to come back to this. Like, it's really difficult. This is a nice shot right here. Like, I always love a good top-down shot. So we're just gonna hover right here. I'm in sports mode. Let me go in normal mode. Hover right here. Probably snap a shot. Look up with the gimbal. I could literally come down here. This is a shot you can't get with a regular camera. It's high. Imagine if I had the zoom here, where I could like zoom in, catch this backdrop here where it says, I think it says Brooklyn. What does it say? Yeah, it says Brooklyn on it. Catch that up close, pull in the city, right? Yeah, I know I'm bitching a little bit, but I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. But how could I have gotten this shot? Fly over the highway? Sit on top of traffic? No, that's when you need some zoom in your life. So I think this is where the Air 3 really comes in handy. Now, if you got a Mavic 3 or a Mavic 3 Pro, not the classic, unfortunately, but if you got a Mavic 3 or Mavic 3 Pro, at least Mavic 3, you have some zoom. It might be too strong. You might have to fly back a little bit further away, because that zoom, that telephoto, that 166 millimeter telephoto is pretty strong. It'll pull you in probably to just one letter, and you won't even be able to frame the city. So that's where the Mavic 3 Pro really comes in. But at least if you had the regular Mavic 3, you could fly back and then hit the zoom, right? With this, it's like you got to fly over traffic. So when you want shots like this, when you're used to being in peculiar situations like this, you just have to live with this shot or live without the shot. Now, if you never had a taste of the Mavic 3, you've never had a taste of the Mavic 3 Pro, and you've never had that telephoto in your life, then that's fine. You're not missing anything, because you'd be here and you'd be like, okay, I could get this shot, boom, and you'd move on, because you never had it. But when you've had a taste of that Mavic 3 or the Mavic 3 Pro, I'm telling you, there's no going back. There's no going back. And that's why the Air 3 is so important, because it's going to be lightweight. It's going to have the antennas. That's going to give you better range and penetration. Same lightweight controller. And now you're going to have an option between 2 cameras that's just going to give you, it's like the sweet spot. The Air has always been the sweet spot. Now, if you have a Mavic 3 or a Mavic 3 Pro, you're going to be looking at the Air 3 saying, do I really need it? It'd be nice to have that dual flexibility and travel with it. Then you might want to dump your Mini 3 Pro, because like I said, once you got that taste of that, you know, that dual or triple camera, they're like, there's no going back. You see shots that you could have had, and now I'm sitting there craving. I'm fiending, like, give me the shot, and I can't have it. Look, I'm not dissing the Mini 3 Pro or anything. That's not my goal, right? I love this drone. I'm still going to keep it. I'm just saying, be careful. Be careful if you go fly those dual, triple cameras, because there's no coming back. Right? If you're casual and you're a casual flyer and you don't fly a lot and you're not big into photography and framing and lenses and apertures and all that geeky stuff, and you're just a casual person, then fine, you're gonna love this. And maybe the Air 3 will be a huge step up for you if you only have a Mini 3 or a Mini 3 Pro, and then you go to the Air 3, boom, that's a big step up right there. Right? But coming from a Mavic 3, Mavic 3 Pro, I don't even want to talk about that, because even though I know it has 2 cameras, I don't know the specs on the 2 cameras, and then it's just one of those things, you got to fly it, you know, before you make those kind of determinations. And right now the wind is picking up. Like I'm telling you, the wind is picking up. So, man, I could be right here and just zoom in. This is a nice shot. Got this building sign over here. Bang, grab that. You know, I'm losing signal. Look at my controller. I'm losing signal. And I'm not even that far away. That's the other reason I got to turn and point the controller. This is a directional controller. So once you point it at the drone, then yeah, then you'll be in better shape. It's moments like this that, yeah, I miss my RC Pro. I know my RC Pro would still have connection. I would, even over these buildings and stuff, because the antenna is just external, right? I'll grab some good shots here as best as I can get. There we go. A little bit of a delay, but it's okay. Boom. We got some nice shots. One thing that your Air 3 is probably not going to do, because I ain't hearing nobody talk about the Air 3 turning like this. Look at that. Boom. Now you got some vertical picture in your life. Now you got to give it to the Mini 3 Pro in that respect. And that alone would be a reason, especially if you're a photographer. Because photographers take landscape shots and they take portrait shots. They like both. And this is much better than cropping, because you don't lose any resolution. Then as we're here, let's just grab some video, like back up away. There we go. Nice. Nice. Backing up shot, and then scroll out and roll the city inwards. There we go. I should not be on sports mode when doing this. You have to be real gentle on the sticks. It's much easier if you're in another mode. Everything is just smoother and easier. So I'm going to switch modes right now and go to normal, even though cinematic mode would be the best. I'm not going to lie to you, this drone is fun to fly. Look at these shots. Like, you know, you would take risks. Like, there could be a little fine something there. I can't really see good on the screen. I'm taking some risks there, but I don't mind. Why don't I mind? Because I know I'm flying a mini drone. It can't really hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying? Just flying around and flying through. There's not much risk. Boom. Love it. Love it. You got the city in the background. Love it. Boom, we gotta stop right there. Let me show you one major advantage this little booger has that I don't even know. It's too early to talk about the Air 3. Will the Air 3 be able to pull off maneuvers like this? Look at this. Look at that. Oh man, you want to talk about close-ups? You want a close-up in your life? How about that? How about that for a close-up, guys? Is that close enough? Man, Brooklyn Pigeon. There's the Brooklyn Pigeon, and then wham, reveal the city in the background. Oh my gosh. What a shot, what a shot. Is the Air 3 gonna be small enough to pull off shots like this? Everything has got its pros and cons, right? I think that's what it boils down to. And the Air 3 is supposed to be that middle of the ground where if you're technically skilled enough, you should be able to pull shots off like this too. You should be. Right now, as granted, it's easier with this and it's less stress because it's cheaper to use, refresh, care, and all of that. The drone is cheaper, everything is cheaper, so a little bit more peace of mind, you know, dogging a drone for shots like this. But technically, the Air series is what I call the do-it-all series, the one drone that does everything. So we'll see when that time comes. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think the Air 3 will be able to pull off shots like this? Are you getting the Air 3? Are you just foaming at the mouth like me, just waiting for it? Are you satisfied with what you have? Where do you stand right now, right? Because I guess it boils down to how deep you are into drones, how many drones you have already. your wife or girlfriend, let's face it, that's a huge player. Your finances overall in general, right? I don't want to be hyping anybody up to buy stuff that they can't afford or they can't enjoy, but they own, right? So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'm headed back now. I've got 39% battery. I think I got good usage out of this one battery. Yep, the utility that this drone provides, the flexibility, wow, this drone is still hard to beat. So did I miss the Mavic 3 Pro while flying? Initially, yes, but I was able to get some unique shots of my own. So kind of yes, kind of no. So I don't think you can go wrong with this drone, and I don't think that getting the Air 3 to complement this is a bad idea either. Coming from the Mavic 3 Pro or the Mavic 3 down to an Air 3, I don't know, that's another topic for another day. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Thanks for hanging with me today. If you guys want to see more of me as I hang out and just chill and I fly and I take videos and photos, make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you give me a huge thumbs up for this video so it gets shared all over. Make sure you check out my Patreon. It's only $1 a month to become a patron. You can talk with me there. Any questions you have there, any problems or advice that you need, anything at all drone related or scooter or e-bike related, just hit me up in Patreon, man. I'll be happy to answer your questions and help you out in any which way that I can, and it's a great way to support the channel. With that being said, guys, well, I will catch you guys in the next one.